Okay, so we're talking about focus, or what I like to call tracking, and altered states. So let's use my terminology, which is tracking. And the reason why I call it tracking is because it makes a lot more sense to me in a specific way. Because most of the time, when people say they want to focus or they can't focus, what they're actually describing is the ability to keep track of everything. And tracking just means knowing where everything is and where everything's going to end up. So if there's a moving object and you're able to track it, you're always aware of where it is and where it's going to end up. And if you start losing track of a moving object, then you no longer are keeping track of it. But this is what happens in people's lives, where sometimes they are at a meaningless job, or they're having some other problems come up, and it makes them lose focus, and they stop being able to keep track of everything in their lives, whether it's their money, their relationships, or their health, or whatever. And they start having a sense of loss of control because they cannot keep track of where this issue is and where it's going. Their finances are and where they're going, or their health, where is this going, where's this relationship now, and where is this relationship going. So they don't have the ability, they stop being able to keep track of everything. And so the way to get your life back in order and getting it under your control and directing it in the way that you desire, so that you're making life happen and you're not allowing life to just happen to you. A lot of people think that the solution is to increase their focus. But I'm here to tell you that that can actually backfire, because when you try to increase your focus, I'll give you a visual body language example of what happens when you try to increase your focus to regain your focus. It looks like this. You're looking, you're frozen, and the reason why you're frozen is because you're tense. And the reason why you're tense is because you're trying harder. Anytime you try harder, it's going to make you physically tense up. And when you are physically tensed up, it puts you out of rhythm with the changes that are happening all around you. Because the nature of reality, it's best to think of it as being different every time. So when you lose focus, okay, so I'm going to show you now how to regain focus in a body language way, and you will see the difference. Okay. So you see the difference. I didn't freeze. I wasn't trying. The first one is I'm freezing. I'm trying to not miss anything. Like, I'm really trying very hard to see where everything is, where everything's going. The other one, I'm just relaxed, and everything is going wherever it's going. I'm allowing everything to be where it is and to go where it's going to go. And because I'm relaxed, I can actually synchronize with the same ebb and flow of those changes happening. So that's how it is in life. You need to relax. When you're stressed out, and there might be big problems coming up, there might be a tidal wave of things about to crush you, and life might be saying, oh, you need to fire up, and you need to light a fire up in your ass. No, here's the thing. You will perform like that, but you perform like that through relaxing. Because once you relax, what happens? You're preserving your energy. Once you're preserving your energy, you can allocate it better. You can allocate it in smaller portions so that you get more return on your investments, instead of hulking all your energy in one huge move and you lose it all and then now it's a long journey back to getting that energy back. You haven't even been able to work on getting the focus back. You're still struggling getting the energy back. So the way that relaxing helps is not just for the defocalization, which allows you to synchronize with the world around you to the changing orbits, but it also allows you to preserve your energy. And so relaxation, this brings us into the altered states. Relaxation is an altered state. And how do you do it? It's not as crazy as an altered state as if you're on some drugs or something, but it's the same thing, and you can actually feel the difference, because if you relax properly, correctly, and optimally, it ends up being a flow state. So relaxing is not going to sleep. Sleep and relaxing are two way different things. Going to sleep is losing consciousness. Relaxing is allowing your muscles to expand. That's really all it is. Because in order to get your muscles to expand, your mind has to relax. Your mind has to let go of something. And it can't be like clinging on to something. So, because it's all part of the same thing. We separate it all like mind, body, spirit, but it really has to work together. It all does work together, because every thought is going to elicit a physical, emotional response. Nervousness is going to trigger the fight or flight response. Relaxation is going to trigger the autonomic nervous system. Fight or flight, adrenaline, the sympathetic nervous system. And so it's an altered state, relaxation. And here's the thing, is that you can actually feel yourself go into the altered state. How? Because you end up finding your focus again, and you don't even have to keep trying harder and harder. It'll happen, and then you go, oh, you clicked into the relaxation, and as soon as you did that, you started falling in step with the rhythm of life again. And it was like less difficult than I thought it was going to be. But sometimes things that are simpler can actually be trickier, but that is the secret. And so that's how you can tell if you've accessed that altered state of relaxation. The other thing is that what is this altered state of relaxation? It's called theta, alpha. It's also the ultimate learning state. So when you're in that ultimate learning state, that's the thing. A learning state is adapting. You're adapting to changes. You don't know anything. You don't have all this information. You don't have a playbook that you can just look up what to do, and there it is. You actually have to use your intuition. You actually have to. The mind is actually at work. That's the beauty of it. Most people's jobs, their minds is not really at work. They are not actually creating or using intuitive capabilities. I'm not trying to shit on everybody's jobs, but this is how mechanization, that's how most jobs are. That's why AI is probably, and robots and automation is going to remove a lot of these jobs, because most of it is, what are we supposed to do? You look this up. But even in these jobs that I'm describing, you still have to have, the mind still has to work. Like customer service, like if you're a waiter, they're going to train you on how to say hi to the customers, and this is the menu, tell them about the specials and all that. But then you're not gonna, they don't train you how to deal with assholes. They don't train you how to deal with people who wanted something and now the kitchen doesn't have it, and they want something for free, and you have to figure something out and problem solve. Like, they're not going to train you on that stuff, because no one can train you on that stuff. Reality is chaos. It's different every time, like I said in the beginning. So the way that you know that you entered the altered state of relaxation is that you regain the focus, and everything seemingly works out, and you'll remember that feeling of defocalizing right before it happened. So the way to get back to the tracking is to defocalize.